All right, so we're just gonna give a season preview for the Magic. Let's get right into it. Start off this offseason, they lost DJ Augustine. He's a really good player, but they replaced him by drafting Cole Anthony. I think that's a really good move. I think Cole Anthony he has a really good skill set, and if they develop him, he could be like really good. He's playing behind Markel Fultz, another pickup that I really like. They give a flyer on Markel Fultz. Is working out so far. These two point guards they could develop, they'll be really good. And the rest of their roster, John Isaac, he's a future building block for them. He's not a good fit with Aaron Gordon. I just think that this team has no direction right now. They have a bunch of young talent and a bunch of solid veterans, but it's not like superstar veterans. So they're not contending. They're just fighting for that 7, 8 seed every single year. They make it, they lose in the first round, they get no good draft pick. I think that's probably the worst position you could be in. And they have
Yeah.
the um the vets that they have, a lot of teams could use them. They could get some really good assets for like Evan Fournier could go to a team. You can get a return for him. Aaron Gordon, a lot of teams could use him because he's a very versatile power forward.
Vucevic.
Yeah, Vucevic too. Aaron Gordon,
Yeah.
I think, is the main guy just because he plays the same position as your best asset, which is John Isaac. So if you want John Isaac to be like, if you want him to grow, you want him to play the power forward, but Aaron Gordon plays it right now. So yeah, him, Vucevic, even Terrence Ross, like a bucket getter off the bench. They trade all these guys for some assets. They let the young talent develop. Marco Fultz, Cole Anthony, John Isaac. They'll get some good draft picks. Maybe they get a superstar in the draft, but they just have no direction right now.
Yeah, I honestly agree with you too. Like this team has absolutely no direction. They've been doing the same thing for so many years. And I feel like they're just stuck in like a cycle. So like it's really weird. Like you look at their team, they signed Michael Carter Williams as well. Like I actually kind of do admire his game. I think he's a decent player. Like obviously his first game was really, really good, and a lot of people just expect him to be that player, which he unfortunately wasn't. But I still think he's a good caliber NBA player. But why the hell would you have Michael Carter Williams and Markel Fultz on the same team? Like those guys are pretty identical right now as terms of like playing style. So like I have no idea why you would have both of them on the same team. And then they have a lot of like what ifs on the team. Like right now, like Markel Fultz, he's a decent player. Yeah, he averaged around like 12 points last year, 5 assists, and even the playoffs, he struggled with his field goal percentage a little bit, but he shot like around 38% from three. So he's a decent player, and he could probably grow into like a better player. But they have a lot of what ifs, like I said. Like they still have Mo Bamba, who a lot of people liked coming into the draft, but I'm not sure if he's going to be that player. And I think the highlight of his career, unfortunately, might be the song made after him. And I don't. That's the thing. They just have like a bunch of like what ifs. Like Jonathan Isaac is probably the best player on the team, and he's not going to play next year. They already got the disabled player exception for him, so he's not going to play. And just running through the roster, like just basically what you said, they have a lot of like assets for like championship level teams. Like Evan Fournier is a bucket getter. He's really good in the mid range as well, and I really like watching him play. But he's not like he can't be the best player on your team or even the second best player. He's just a good piece to the puzzle. So they're I don't know what the hell they're doing. As a Magic fan, it's kind of like a frustrating time. I'm not a Magic fan, but like
You're
as
mad.
a Magic fan, I feel like they're yeah, I'm not a Magic fan, but like I feel like they're probably frustrated right now because it's just like what the hell is my team doing, right? Like even this year, I don't even think they're gonna make the playoffs. They're probably gonna be like 9 seed, 8 seed at best, but I don't know. It's looking pretty rough for them. What do you think?
They'll probably make the playing game. They'll probably lose it too. But
Yeah, because like the East got better though. That's the thing, right? East got much better.
yeah,
There's a lot of like young up and coming teams. Like I would rather want to see Trey Young in the playoffs than Orlando because I know Orlando is going to be the same thing. I'm not expecting the Hawks to go to the even beat the number one seed at all, but I think it's just going to be better to watch and better for the NBA as a whole because you have an actual superstar on that team or like up and coming superstar, right? But like on the Magic, you literally have no one. You have a bunch of like C level, B level players, and like it's a good team, but like they're missing a lot of pieces on that team if they really want to
yeah.
contend.
Like the best player is Vucevic right now. He's good. He's an all star. Like I think last year, 2 years ago, whatever. But he's 30 years old,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of teams that are missing like a good presence at center that could use him. And
Yeah.
I know Boston has created a trade exception that fits Vucevic's contract. Oh, you don't need another scorer for that team. You need like a defensive center, but like teams do have assets to trade for him. And like I would just
Yeah,
whatever
that's true.
I would give the keys to John Isaac and missing the year. I would give the keys to Cole Anthony, Markel Fultz. Um, Mo Bamba,
Mo Bamba, most likely. I would let him
yeah,
go.
he's getting no minutes behind Vucevic too, and then that's not good for his
Yeah.
development. But maybe I don't know. Maybe they're seeing some shit that we don't see, and they're like, oh, like he can't get those minutes right now, too skinny or whatever. But
Yeah, too. Yeah,
yeah,
he needs to gain some weight.
yeah. But if they just give the keys, like instead of running post ups for Vucevic, running flare screens for Fournier or whatever, just do that same shit. Run the offense to Markel Fultz, give Cole Anthony some opportunities. Develop your actual main pieces, like the people that are actually going to help you in the future. Because you have no reason to keep
Yeah.
developing Aaron Gordon right now when you know that you're committed to John Isaac. So why not
Yeah.
just trade Aaron Gordon and get something for him, or why not trade like Vucevic get something for him? Because like why would you for this team? Why would you want to keep making the playoffs just to lose and just to not improve and just be the same team every year? Just give
Every year, the same team. Yeah.
yeah, just like let your young talent run the show. You're not going to win a lot of games, but they'll develop. And they'll get you some draft picks. You'll get assets. You'll build up their trade value too. If you want to trade for a superstar, you can maybe hope you get like a top 2, top 3 pick, draft superstar or whatever.
Yeah, that's honestly like there's really nothing more to add with this team. Like they just have no direction, like we said, and like it still pisses me off that Michael Carter Williams and Marco Fultz are on the same team. Like they literally re-signed Michael Carter Williams after having Marco Fultz and them on the same team. Like it doesn't work. It's not gonna work. Like I feel like Michael Carter Williams he's a good player. You could be on a different team, right? And you should just build with the young core that you have and just trade the players because they just have to make a decision. And I'm not sure why they're not making that decision. They should just make that decision and just stick with it and really let their young core like grow because I think they have some decent players, right? And in the future, you never know. Like maybe a star wants to go to that team, or these young players actually just grow into becoming stars and all stars themselves. You never know, right?
Yeah,
But
that's
as
facts.
far as like next year, like I see this team maybe making the playoffs, and even at best, like what is that going to do, right?
Yeah, I think they'll make the playing game. They'll probably lose it, so they won't even make the playoffs. A lot of teams just got better. But before we sign off,
What do you think? What do you think about like Westbrook going to the team? Do you think that's a good fit for Russell Westbrook?
yeah, it's a good fit, but like, what's it gonna do for you in the future, right? You're gonna have him. You're gonna make like the 6, 7 seed, but at the same time, you're fucking over Markel Fultz, Cole Anthony like that, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's good if you want like people to like tune into your team or whatever. It's solid, but like, it's not gonna do shit for you in the future, like long
Because
term.
at the end of the day, I feel like they're missing that attraction too. Like they're missing that like superstar player. Like why would an average NBA watcher, like an average fan, want to watch the Magic right now? Like there's really no need to. If you're not a Magic fan, if you just like don't want to watch, like there's really no need to watch the Magic. If you really think about it, like if you're just a big fan of Cole Anthony or something, then sure, I get it. But like there's no like actual attraction there. So if they do trade for a guy like Russell Westbrook, I could see that kind of benefiting the team as well, and maybe he could help the others grow, but it's going to be like the Russell Westbrook show. It's not really going to be the Orlando Magic. So I could see why they wouldn't do that and why they would do that as well. So it just again, it just comes to direction, and that's something that they don't like. They're lacking right now. So hopefully they could fix that, and we could just. It's all assumption right now, but we'll just see what they do in the future, right?
Yeah, like you said, it's about the direction. Like right now, they're not contending, they're not making big moves, but then also not rebuilding. So I think the right move is to rebuild and trade you guys. But if you trade for Westbrook, at least you have a direction. Like I want to be like a first, second round team that's a competitive, whatever. But
Yeah. And then you hope your youth could like develop like a Cole Anthony. Maybe he turns into a really good player, and then maybe his game fits alongside Russell Westbrook. You never know, right? Or whoever. What's the Jonathan Isaac? Like I think his game would mesh around with Russell Westbrook too. You never know. It just depends. But they should just figure something out and really stick to it, whatever plan they have.
yeah, I agree 100%. Just their goal for the season should legit just be figure it out, like figure out what direction you want
Yeah.
to go. But that's gonna do it for this episode. Make sure you like and give us a follow. Peace out.
All right, peace out.